Alright. Hey, Diffid. Guess what? We're going to war so that I can claim you. Dibs, please. So, what I'm going to do, since I have enough money, I am going to, one, raise up my levies. Raise up the realm levies. And he only has a single county, so he shouldn't have too much. And I should really be able to take him over without too much hassle. Wife's pregnant again. Yeah, about 90 fertility rate. The standard, the average, is a 50, so if that puts things in perspective for you at all. Hey now. You get off of my dirt. Okay, I can either keep... Okay, this is, because I took that initial bonus of Pleasures in Life Hedonism. This is a continuation of that event. I can continue being hedonistic and take a penalty from church opinion, which I would not like, or I can perhaps attempt to stay strong, lose that fertility rate. I mean, I've already got 3 sons, that's more than enough, so fertility isn't really an issue at this point, and gain church opinion. Church opinion is important because Mr. Popeface here, if he really doesn't like you, or if one of your vassals doesn't like you, he can excommunicate you, and then people can declare a war on you because, you know, you're not the right kind of Christian. So I'm going to switch that, lose 20 fertility, and gain church opinion for kind of a long-term strategy. So, staying strong. Lost some fertility, gained some church opinion. People are getting cross that our vassal levies have been raised. Your vassals don't like it when you raise their troops because it costs them money. You know, which is understandable, I suppose. What did you call those troops up for, William? You're not fighting anyone. Iceland, are you rebelling? Iceland's rebelling! Haha! Against Norway. Isn't that fun? Oh wait, we aren't leading the siege. Well, that's not what I wanted at all. Excuse me, I want to be in charge of this. I'm not going to help you. Hey troops, you got 300 something. Why am I not in control of the siege? Okay, we've had a heresy appear in the province of Warwick. Is Warwick one of ours? No, it is not. So we're not going to worry about it. It's Duke Edwin of Lancaster's problem, and not ours. Hey, we had a daughter! Fantastic. And we shall name her after her mother. So, Sigrid. Rid. There we go. Bam. Let's see if any of these guys inherited our genetic traits. No. Harold did. That's nice. And Sigrid did. But, ooh. No, that's not ours again. Why is it doing that? Why has it linked those? William has not, however, so he has not inherited that positive trait from us. Which is unfortunate, but hey, what can you do? You've got plague creeping across the country. Lollard has appeared in Northampton, which is not ours. Why is he getting so much heresy? Oh, because the moral authority is quite low. The lower the moral authority of a religion is, the higher the chance of heresy appearing. So Catholicism's morality, or not morality, moral authority is really quite low. Okay, someone has usurped the county, but it hasn't affected our claim on it. We're still claiming the title, so What that was one of the other counties had attacked the one to install the original duke who had lost it. William requires a guardian. He is 6 years old already. My, how the time flies. Let's have a look. Who has some good traits? You do not. Those are not traits that I would like for my child. You do, however. You have diligence and content. Oh no, he's my son. In the sense that he's going to be my heir. I like to personally train my heir, because I get to control what happens to him. So, William, you will be under my tutelage directly. The game will give you like those little events that have been popping up for my character, will give you those for your children, and you get to decide how to handle those situations. And so I would very much like to handle my own child. I would not like High Crown Authority King William, because that poses a bother on me. Would not like to provide you with massive amounts of levy. But everyone else has approved it, so that's the law now. Fantastic. New ambition. Get a pile of money. I want a pile of money, that's what I want. Much money as you can shake a stick at. In fact, in order to do that, we are going to upgrade our settlement and put a castle village in there, which will increase our tax income by 1.5. There we go. And in York, let's increase the size of that wooden palisade, spend that money that we have, and we will put our steward there in order to assist in that. Siege of St. David's, we've taken over the county, or that settlement. And we gain the county of Diffid. The liege is ready to surrender it to us, so I accept. And the county is now mine. Ah ha ha. However, they don't like us because they're Welsh, and we are not. So, you know, slight problem there, but not much we can do about it. So we have become the Count of Diffid. Hopefully we can take Glamorgan and then usurp the duchy. Hey! Wow! Speak of the devil. So I'm going to lose the 100 prestige and also run a deficit for a while, just to take advantage of this. So it'll be a problem in the short term, but in the long term, hopefully will work out for us. So I'm going to run at a deficit, which means that my troops lose a small amount of morale, making them not as effective. A bad thing, certainly, but nothing we can't get around eventually once we start getting more money in our coffers. Okay, we've got a heresy in Durham, and that is one of our territories. So what we are going to do is send our bishop to fix it. So Durham is, whoops, has, yeah, their religion is now Fratricelli, which is a problem, so we are going to attempt to fix that through converting them. This game is going a lot more smoothly now that I haven't died on, you know, the second year. Okay, our stone wall has been built. So we are going to move our steward back to... Actually, let's have a look at the economics and see which territory is making more money. York actually is, so I'm going to leave you there and just have you collect taxes instead of building things. Use the economy thing here, which indicates, you know, with red, green... Oh, bugger. Okay. We'll deal with that in a second. This is the economics of Europe, so green is obviously wealthy, you know, in between is kind of in between, so this yellowish brown is in between. Red is obviously low income, and so on and so forth. So York has a higher income, so we're going to use that. And hopefully make some money off of it. And my wife is pregnant! Fantastic. Now, Lincoln is part of the Lollard religion, so we have a lot of heresy going on in this game. We are no longer at negative money, which I quite like. Our castle village has been completed, so we're getting even slightly more money. You see it's gone up almost 1.5. So that's quite good. And let's move our chancellor to somewhere else. Let's go after Winid. Because we have a claim on this. Offered to hand Ifu the buzzard over to the falconer, but was careless enough to forget to put its hood on. Lost my grip on the Jessies as the bird flew to freedom. So our courtier will not like us as much because we lost her bird. One was a buzzard, so no one cares. Stupid bird anyway. You picked a stupid bird. Got another son, so that's the 5th child and the 4th son. Guess we'll name it after Robert, who will be the next king. I'm running out of names. Roberty. Robert. There we go. Harold requires guardianship. So we will educate him, and we will put him under, Ulsulf. There you go. Getting more money now. Doing what we can to improve our overall income. Money is the key to everything. Very much like in real life. Money is the only thing that matters. I do not believe that at all. Okay, so we build that. And send our steward to speed that up. Wow, okay. We've got another claim, so we'll run a deficit for a while and use it. Good God, I'm tripping over these claims. I've never been able to do that this quickly. Go for another one too. Why not? So we have no money at all. Less money than the last time we had no money. Oh dear. Count Ulsulf has managed to die. And his son has inherited the territory. So he's no longer our marshal either, so we need to appoint a new marshal. So I guess you're it, because you're the next best... Oh, no. I'll give it to you, because you're crappier at everything else. So you're now the marshal. You will train troops in our capital. And our son now needs another educator. So educate him. Yeah, we'll give him to you. You're not too bad. Give him a decent stewardship score, please. Come on, money. Money, money, money. Money! Please and thank you. Wooden palisade almost complete. There we go. Can I move my steward yet? No, not for another 2 weeks. There we go. And put him back in York. And then once this has gone up, we will raise up our armies to take this county. Yeah, they're more or less fully charged. So we will pull them up once they're no longer suffering a morale penalty from not being paid. Okay, I watched my son William today at play with another child yesterday and noticed he did not want to share his toys. This is how children learn thrift, so I can allow him to gain greedy, which gives him a tax modifier at the benefit or at the cost of 1 diplomacy. So what's your diplomacy at, son? Oh, you've already got decent amount of diplomacy. So increasing the overall tax might not be a bad thing. Into the birch, just have him lose the trait. Give him the trait of charitable, which gives him 3 diplomacy. Or pray that God will save him. Gain 5 piety and 20% chance that he loses the trait. I'm going to go with this one, so I can gain the piety and hopefully let him keep the trait, because greedy isn't that bad. It's not that costly of a penalty. So God will save him from hell. So I gained piety, and he kept the trait. Everyone's happy. You're a heretic? You're not a heretic. I'm sure he's not a heretic. What's your problem? Okay, I can choose hedonism, which I suspect is a bad thing, or celibacy, which really decreases my rate of having more children, but as you can see, that's not really going to be a problem to me at the moment. So I will take the trait of celibacy. Let's see. Or nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. That's fine. Okay. After a long, long time, it feels as if it could be better to live my life in complete celibacy. Celibate gives me piety with a essentially impossible rate to having children. Which, that's not too bad. Or I can just gain prestige. And again, since it's not really an issue at this point, I'll take celibacy. I've actually not really considered that, but let's take that. So he is now celibate, and he gains 1 piety monthly. That's pretty good. Anyway, now that we are no longer suffering from lack of funds, let's take this territory off of this man. Bam, bam. Actually disband you, because you'll get overrun before I can even do anything. Alright, got our army all together, group them up, and then send them into battle. Specifically, against these guys who are attacking our settlement. So they get a slight, if you see down here on the screen, they are getting a slight bonus because they have a hill advantage. However, we are running roughshod over them because we've got vastly more men. So, kindly die. There we are. So we've won that battle, and we are going to move our troops into the county itself in order to take it. So they have no army now, and we are besieging the settlement of Cardiff in Glamorgan. Enemy takes 5% losses. I'm really okay with that. Gaining money. Okay, the siege lengthens. Oh well. Still nothing we can really do about that. Hello. English claim on Gwynedd. Are you pressing my claim? Or is it on the duchy? I guess it's on the county, but who has a claim on it? Claimants. Oh, William the King actually has a claim on it. Well, bugger. Okay. I guess he's gonna take that one off of me. That's bothersome. Okay. I imagine the situation which would become more and more intimidating without an outcome that could mean life or death. Swallowed hard and decided that I would stand and fight. Didn't gain anything out of that, but I didn't gain a crappy trade either. Damn. Our troops took some penalties from being hit by raiders. And Harold needs a guardian. I will also educate Harold. Why not? Since William is aging rather quickly. Cool. Surrender comes sooner. That's nice. Okay, my son William is practically a little glutton. Gluttony is a useless trait. It just gives you a penalty with no anything to offset it. So I am going to hopefully give him the trait of temperate, which gives him a stewardship bonus, and or at least kick the trait of gluttonous out of him. So what happened? He lost the trait. Wanting to lower the taxes again? Nope. You're a nice person. Go soak your head. We are at 50. Peasants have arisen in Diffid. Oh, isn't that dandy? Build a wooden palisade, please. Surrender comes sooner. We've got the one last one. Oop. Or he can offer us peace, and we can take the county. I accept your offer of peace. Thank you, sir. And now, kill those rebels. There we go. They've been put down. So we will stand our armies down. And up here, we can create a title, the Duchy of Deobarth. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. My Welsh is not as good as it should be. Because we own... let's take a look at the duchies scroll. This section here is all considered to be one duchy. Even though it's been split up amongst several other people, it should be controlled by just the one person. And so what we can do, since we have a controlling share, which is 50 or more percent, which we have 50 or 66 because it's 3 counties and we own 2 of them, we can create a title for almost 200 gold, and we will gain some prestige out of it as a result. And once we have the money, I will certainly do that. And now we get Lothian reinforcements, which we don't need anymore, because we're not going to be fighting anybody for a little while, at least. So, I suppose research technologies. Why not? And let's switch things over to direct vassal view so we can see the things that we own. So we own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counties. Although we only directly control 5 of those. And Winid is now part of England as well. My son Harold is not exerting himself in his studies. I am starting to despair. Sloth is also a terrible trait. Again, you see there, nothing positive at all. Just negative hits to all of your stats. So we will try to give him the trait of diligence, which is a positive trait and gives you bonuses to all of your stats. Hey, he's gained the diligent trait. So he gets a +1 bonus on all of his stats. And he's the one who's already got quickness, so he's actually quite good. Gaining more money, slowly but surely. Troubling news has reached me about a heretic province in your domain. I urge you to deal swiftly with the problem, as this heresy must be rooted out. Yes, I will strike at these heretics and possibly increase the revolt risk. But in order to offset that, I will soon take my marshal and put him in Lincoln to suppress revolts. So there we go. Force conversion, local revolt risk is at 10, but my marshal is there to decrease that chance. And we'll build a wooden palisade in Cardiff. So far, so good. Our economy is going well. Everything is going really quite nicely. Do I have a claim on this? No. No one does. Caught my son William lying straight to my face without batting an eye. I almost had an innocent servant thrown in the stocks. What is your... Ooh, wow, you've actually got a decent intrigue score. Probably because you have Deceitful, which gives you a +3 to that. I really don't want him to have this trait, because it is not great, and I'd rather him have the Diplo benefit than the Intrigue benefit. So we are going to try to give him the Honest trait. Oh, we talked him out of Deceitfulness, so things have kind of evened out. I can live with that, I suppose. Wooden Palisade has been built in Gainsborough. Hooray. Okay, I am hopefully building up for a fight against Lothian here, so that I can take Cumberland, because as you can see, Cumberland is by rights part of my territory. If I switch into the Duke showing of the duchies, get out of my way. Get out of my way. This is all part of the singular duchy, so I would very much like to take this territory. One of our children could use a guardian. You are not the person for that job. You are a bad man. So, no, I can certainly find somebody better. Sigrid, you know what? We're gonna let your mom educate you. Here you go. Mother, educate your daughter. Lothian, are you at war with somebody? Ooh, you're at war with the Scottish, so you're already fighting somebody. So now might very much so be the time for me to strike at Cumberland while you are distracted with something else. So, Mr. Duke Gospatrick the Just of Lothian, I would like Cumberland, please, if you don't mind too terribly much. Let us call up our military forces. Bring them up here, and gather them all together into one territory before striking out against him. Okay, so nearly 1,000 men setting forth against Cumberland, which has a very strong garrison, actually. Ooh, hello. We are being attacked, then, by the Lothian army. Hopefully this goes well for us and not for them. So far, so good. Looks like we're winning. And we've won that. And we've captured the Duke! Yay. 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 Alright, so what happens when you capture the person that you're in direct conflict with, in our case, the Duke, that's an instant 100% war score. Owing to the fact that we have captured him and he wants his life back. So we will offer peace if he gives us the territory. So give me the territory back and you can go home. Well, that went well. That went a lot better than I expected it to have gone, to be perfectly honest. And I think we'll disband the army and end today on that note, because I would like to end on a high note today. So things went pretty well. We nicked 1, 2, 3 territories. So gaining some power, we've got a territory size of 5. Earl Dolphin of Cumberland is now our vassal. Pleased at that, it seems. And relatively pleased with us. So, yeah. Pretty good so far. So, hopefully you've been enjoying this, and hopefully it's been a little bit more interesting, and certainly it's an entirely different animal from Medieval 2 in terms of all the things that we have to deal with over the course of this Let's Play. But hopefully, again, you're enjoying yourself. Please leave comments. Please feel free to do so. And I will see you on the morrow. Until then, have a lovely day.